Before we can begin to paint textures, we need to prepare the model to accept a texture, prepare it to be a canvas of sorts. And this canvas is referred to as the UVs of a model, and the process of creating those UVs is known as unwrapping. And so the first thing that I want you to understand about UVs is where they live inside Blender. At this point in the curriculum, you should be familiar with the fact that the default scene has 3 object types that exist as soon as you open Blender. We have a camera object type, we have a mesh object type, and a lamp object type. Now UVs are exclusive to the mesh object type. And when we hit the Tab key to jump into edit mode, or simply change it down here from object to edit mode, we're now editing the object data of this mesh object. And this is where the UVs live, but not necessarily the same as our vertices, our edges, and our faces. Rather, they live over here in the Properties panel, specifically the Object Data properties. So we'll click on that. It's this little triangular polygon, and as we move down the list, you'll run into the UV Maps dropdown. By default, a mesh object has no UVs, so we can add UVs right here with the plus button. We can add several UV sets, but typically multiple UVs is more of an advanced technique. So we'll be sticking with just one UV map. And even though our UVs can be accessed here in the Properties panel, they're not visualized in any way. Because remember, our UVs are a 2D representation of our 3D model. And so we need a specific editor to visualize them. That's known as the UV image editor. If I click on this editor type menu, you'll see right here, UV/image editor. But instead of simply exchanging my 3D view here for the UV image editor, I actually need them both to work together. And so I'm going to split my viewport vertically. In this new space, I will change to the UV image editor. And since I'm in edit mode over here in the 3D view, we have access to our UVs right here, which means we're now ready to explore the different ways we can edit our UVs.